Okay, we're reviewing for Chapter 1-4 Fractional Equations quiz that we're taking next week. I'm going to go through these very quickly. If you need to slow me down or watch it over again, you can do that on your YouTube platform, change it, and then you can watch it again. But this I'm going to go through very quickly, so it's a shorter video. Okay, the first one, we're going to try to get rid of the fraction. First step is to locate your fraction. I have 3 and 2x. I need the least common multiple of 3 and 2x. Least common multiple of 3 and 2 is 6, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and add the x. Every single variable that's down there we have to add to our least common multiple. Then we're going to multiply the entire equation by my least common multiple, which is 6x. I'm going to go ahead and write out this next step on this problem, but I'm going to skip it in future problems. So when I distribute this, I have to distribute it to 3 terms. I have 3 terms inside of this. So I have 6x over 1 times, and then I have my 2/3. Minus, and then I have my 6x over 1 again, times x minus 1 over 2x equals 6x over 1, which I don't need to put it over 1, times 14. Okay, you can see how I distributed 6x into each term. And then I'm going to cross reduce. So as I cross reduce, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So I have 2 times x times 2, which is 4x, minus, cancels out, I have 3, x's also cancel out, so I have 3 times, don't forget that's in parentheses, x minus 1, because of this line, equals 14 times 6 is 84, x. And then once we get to this point, now we're just solving. So I'm going to distribute, so I have 4x minus 3x plus 3 equals 84x. Combine like terms, 4x minus 3x is x, plus 3 equals 84x. Subtract x, and then divide by 83. So subtract x. So I have 3 equals 83x, divided by 83. And that's, you just have a fraction solution. X equals 380 over 83. Next one. All right, so this we're getting rid of the decimal. I believe this one was on your worksheet and the answer key was incorrect, so I want to make sure and go over this one so that you can have the correct answer. So I want to get rid of the decimal, so I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 10 since I only need to move it once since these are just ending in 0. So I'll multiply this whole thing by 10 so I can move the decimal point to the right one time. So I have 4x plus 6 times 10 minus x equals 50. Distribute your 6, so I have 4x plus 60 minus 6x equals 50. Combine your like terms, negative 2x plus 60 equals 50. Subtract 60. I'm left with negative 2x equals negative 10 divided by negative 2. X equals 5. I believe on your worksheet number 11, worksheet 4, the answer key was incorrect, so I wanted to make sure and give you guys the correct answer for that one. All right, let's move on. Now this one is a little bit trickier because we have fractions on the inside and on the outside. I like to go ahead and distribute if possible to get all of the fractions on the outside, but I only distribute the fractions that have, into the parentheses that have fractions. I'm not going to distribute into this one or this one. There's no fractions in there, but I am going to distribute this one. So I have 3/8 x minus, marry the top, so 3 times 2 is 6 over 8 times 3 is 24. And then I want to reduce that fraction to 1/4. 6/24 reduces to 1/4, so I'm going to erase that instead of rewriting it and just write 1/4. Then I'm going to have everything else the same because I do not have any fractions inside the parentheses. Now, I'm going to locate my fractions. Where are they? I have a 2, a 4, an 8, a 4, and an 8. 2, a 4, a 4, and an 8. So now, what's the least common multiple of all of those? The LCM. 8, 4, 4, and 2, 8. So I'm going to multiply the entire equation by that 8, that least common multiple of 8. When you distribute this in there, you only need 4 terms. It goes into each term. And then I'm going to skip writing that entire step out. Listen to what I say. 8 times 3/8. That's just 8 divided by 8 times 3. 8 divided by 8 is 1 times 3, and then I have an x, so it's 3x. 8 times 1/4 is just 8 divided by 4, so it's minus 2. 8 times 1/4 is also 2, so plus 2 and then times x plus 3. 8 divided by 2, or 8 times a half, is just 4, and then times x minus 5. Now I don't have to deal with all of the fractions that are involved in this top equation. I can go ahead and solve. I'm going to distribute, so I have 3x minus 2 plus 2x plus 6 equals 4x minus 20. Combine like terms, I have 5x plus 4 equals 4x minus 20. I'm going to subtract 4x to get my x's on the same side. I have x plus 4 equals negative 20, then minus 4, x equals negative 24. All right, we have another decimal problem again, so we're going to go ahead and multiply to move the decimal place so I don't have to deal with decimals. I want to move it twice, so we're going to multiply by 100. If I multiply by 10, it moves it once. 100 will move it twice. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 100 and distribute it into my 3 terms. So this is 125 times x minus 5 plus 25 times x. I'm moving the decimal point twice. If you look, this one I have to add a 0 because if I move it twice, it adds a 0. Equals 50 times x minus 2. Now just solve it. So I have 125x minus 625 plus 25x equals 50x minus 100. I'm going to combine my like terms. So I have 150x minus 625 equals 50x minus 100. Subtract 50x. So I have 100x minus 625 equals negative 100. Add 625, 100x equals 525 divided by 100. X equals, reduce that, divide by 25, divide by 25, I believe, is 21 over 4. So that should be that one. Okay, let's try another one. All right, so this one, do I want to distribute before I get rid of the fractions? Well, since I don't have any fractions on the inside of my parentheses, I don't want to distribute this one. I want to go ahead and keep it like that and then get rid of the fractions. I have my least common multiple of 4 and 2 is 4, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply this entire equation by 4. I have to distribute it 3 times. 4 divided by 2 is 2 times 3x. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so it actually cancels out, so I no longer need a 1 there. 1 times x minus 2 is just x minus 2 equals 40. 10 times 4 is 40. So 2 times 3 is 6x plus x minus 2 is 40. 7x minus 2 is 40. And then add 2. 7x equals 42. Divide by 7. X equals 6. All right, moving right along. Now this one, I need a least common multiple. Okay, this is a little higher, so I want to make sure you understand how to find the least common multiple for this one. 12, 15, and 4, you're going to pick your highest number, 15, and write out the multiples of 15. 15 times 1, 15 times 2, 15 times 3, 15 times 4, 15 times 5, 15 times 6, is 90. So now look, what's the smallest number that's divisible by 12? No, 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 yes. Is 60 also divisible by 4? Yes, so that's my least common multiple, is 60. So I'm going to multiply the entire equation by 60. Distribute it. So I have 60 divided by 12 is 5. So I have 5 times x minus 3. 60 divided by 15 is 4 times 2x minus 1. And then 60 divided by 4 is 15 times 3x plus 1. I'm running into my LCM over here. Let's move that over. Oops. go. Now we don't have to look at it. Now I'm going to solve this equation like I normally would, like I would solve any other equation. So we're going to distribute, so I have 5x minus 15 equals 8x, or not equals, plus 8x minus 4 equals 45x plus 15. Combine like terms, so I have 5x plus 8x is 13x, negative 15 minus 4 is minus 19. I'm going to subtract 13x, negative 19 equals 32x plus 15 minus 15, negative 34 equals 32x, and then divide by 32. So I have x equals, and then that reduces, divide by 2, negative 17/16. All right, we'll do one more example to give you for the test, and I think this one's actually on the test. So those of you who actually watch this video, this will be very helpful. When you have something like this, we've done a couple other ones like this, okay? If you don't know what the least common multiple is, just multiply the two denominators together. So in this case, my least common multiple is y times y minus 2. So I'm going to multiply the entire equation by y times y minus 2. Distribute. So I'm going to write this one out so you can see it. So I have y times y minus 2 over 1 times 3 over y plus y times y minus 2 over 1 times 12 over y minus 2 equals 0 times y minus 2, which is a 0. So I don't need to write that one out. So now, watch as I cross-reduce. I'm cross-reducing each of these terms. This is a term, this is a term. Okay? So y divided by y cancels out. What am I left with? 3 times y minus 2. That's what's on the top. I just put the 3 on the other side. Plus, what cancels out here? Y minus 2, y minus 2. So I have a 12 and a y. So 12 times y, or 12y, equals 0. And just simplify. So I have 3y minus 6 plus 12y equals 0. 15y plus, not plus 6, minus 6 equals 0 plus 6. So we have 15y equals 6 divided by 15. And then I'm going to simplify that fraction. 6/15, both of those are divisible by 3, I believe. So we're going to divide by 3. Divide by 3 is 2/5. And there it is. All right, your quiz is going to be on Monday. I hope you watch this a few times. That way you make sure you understand. If you have questions, feel free to stop in the morning and ask.